everybody. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world. I'm Katie. I'm here to talk to you and read cards for you. Hi, Teresa Levine. Good to see you, my dear. I'm sitting here mixing it up really good, like cards in every direction here. Getting ready to use my Halloween deck for you guys. Let message to go out. And I think the notification just went out because YouTube just got noisy on my phone. You know me. Hi, Janet P. I am here. It's just tomorrow's that I won't be. Nancy, Jean, and I decided that because of the January 6th hearings and Thursday night football, which Thursday night football happens every Thursday during football season, but that's okay. That'll be gone in February. There was just kind of scheduling conflicts, that it would be better if we just postpone it until next week when we can really focus on what they've said and are continuing to say in these hearings. Oh my gosh. And she can talk to you about her garden and how that garden works, considering it's not necessarily one that you get flowers. You're the flower at the end. Her garden's all about crystals and grids, and she's got a really pretty flower garden too. So, yeah, but you guys know who she is. You all know who Nancy Jean's garden is, so I'm really excited to have her come on. Super, super sweet, really nice. So, but she was right. I may, if I get bored, I'll need something to do. I might just pop on and say, hey, Jay. I might just pop on and say howdy do. And, you never know who may just pop in just to say, hey-de datey. Hey-de datey, Katie. Not make it an official Lightworkers Roundtable. Just make it a impromptu live. Let's talk about whatever we want to talk about. Because we may be feeling a need to vent. Is what I'm thinking myself personally. So, yeah, it won't be a planned live stream, but if it does happen, yeah. And, you guys, how you're feeling and all that is what's important to me. I'm here for you. So, hi, Nikki. Good to see you, sweet girl. Mwah! Welcome, you guys. Welcome. Yeah, we're that Day 6 stuff, whether you watch it or not, you're going to hear about it and it's going to stir up emotions. So if you want to come on and talk about them stirred up emotions, I'm all here for you. So I was thinking about, coming on 5-6 o'clock or thereabouts. Don't want to do it too late for the people that live on the East Coast and Great Britain. Hi, Kathy G. Welcome to see you. Good to see you too. Hi, Samantha. Welcome. So I thought today we were going to have some fun today. I have these cards that I have never used. And I thought, my Wednesday show is at lunchtime for people on the western half of the United States. They're thinking at lunchtime, what am I going to make for dinner? So I thought we could play around with the Food Fortunes deck and see what we could come up with for us to make for dinner tonight or tomorrow. I thought that sounded like fun. I was playing around with it, reading the book. You pick 3 cards, and then out of the 3 cards, you can pick 1 card or 2 cards that seem to work together. Now, the different cards, the way this works, each one of the cards represents a category. So the main dish is, I swear to you, I'm not kidding. The main dish is called Trumps. And there are things like eggs, pizza, tacos. That's Those are the side dishes, you guys. Oh, God, that makes the name even worse. Grilled cheese, guacamole, those kind of things. Here's the mains. So those, what they are calling the trumps, that would be the same as in the tarot, the major arcana. So grilled cheese. Here you go. Spam is the islander. That's cute. That's funny. Then then we go into mains, sides, sweets, and drinks. So that's your cups, your swords. See where I'm going with this? So we'll see what we can do about coming up with at least a main, a side, and a drink. What do you think? I think that sounds kind of crazy. Hey, Vanessa, my darling. Wonderful to see you, sweet lady. Our schedules, I swear, one of us needs to stop long enough so that the other one can go, I need to talk it to you. We keep missing each other. We'll make it. Spirit has a reason. So, oh my goodness. But yeah, I thought we could have some fun with that today. Let's start out though. I did want to pull a card. Just regular cards for, just cards. From Spirit, what do you want to tell us, Spirit? Get us started in this. Help us, what deck should we use? I'm looking, it's hard when they're all out. I can use my metaphysical cannabis deck. I've got the crystallary deck, which is all about crystals, which I did plan on using that today anyway. The food one. I have, here we go. Let's just pull Josephine Wall card, and I'm not shuffling or anything. I'm just pulling it out of the middle of the deck, y'all. And we got, oh yes, we've got the energy card. Life is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within you. It's interesting. The dragon inside of the dragon. You know what? I keep getting really loud and clear these last 2 days. I mean, since the full moon. Oh my God, the full moon. I probably heard 1,000 times yesterday. Trust the process. Every conversation I was in yesterday, someone said that phrase, trust the process. That kind of synchronicity is like getting hit in the head with a sledgehammer. You're not trusting the process. The other thing, am I pulling for people? Sure, I'll pull for people. I'll pull cards for you, Nikki. If you want a card, yeah, absolutely, personal cards. Always. This number one thing on this show is personal for you. This is for all of us. You know, since the full moon, it's really been zapping our energy. So look within. Your answers are within. They're not out there. Out there is exhausting. Out there to lie to you. They're going to tell you what they want you to know and not the truth. So you love one, you got it, my dear. Crazy. The full moon energy's been playing with my head. But like I said, it'd tell me trust the process. And then what happens? I had someone from ages ago show up and text me. Somebody I haven't heard from since before lockdown. Actually, I hadn't heard from her since 2018. And all of a sudden yesterday, she was like, hey, I've been thinking about you. And I went, wow, we've just been through one of the hardest periods in life for both of us. And now you reach out? So I didn't know what to think, kind of strange. Somebody I've known for a very long time. So I had to do some real soul searching on that. And I am such a different person than I was 3 years ago that I really don't know if I want to kindle the friendship back up again or not. Relationships take work on both sides. So we both kind of let it drop by the wayside. So you never know. You never know what universal spirit wants you to do. I'm trying to decide if I want to do card readings first or show you my project I'm working on. I'll show you my project I'm working on. Remember me showing you the tarot coloring book? I'm just showing you the book part of it right now because I've been coloring. Been working on the aces. So this one is complete. Ooh, it's really bright. Really bright. The Ace of Swords. That's a lot of fun. This one is almost complete. I've got to color in the background. No, it is complete. This one is complete as well. I thought I needed to color in the background of the edge of the border. It's the Ace of Coins. And then this is the current one I'm working on. And I had to do the gems on the cup because this one's going to be really pretty when it's done. This is so much fun, you guys. I just got a cheap, well, these aren't cheap. This is the other brand I have, brush marker pens. See, the pen tip is like a brush. See that? So it makes, it's hard to stay in the lines, but in a way it kind of makes it have a modern, is it necessary to always stay perfectly in the lines? See what I'm saying? The whole idea is to be free with this. And you get in the book, they tell you, you can color this according to how the book says, or you can color it to your own whim. They do tell you at the beginning, when you start, the different colors and what they mean. So I just started there. And then I expanded. I made the greens greener and the reds redder, the yellow more bright. You see what I'm saying? But you still get the meanings of what the colors are for. So this is really a fun project. And when you're done, you have a hardback book cover that holds it all, including this book, which gives you all the characteristics of the cards. The strength card tells you that it's in the upright position. It's stamina, persuasion. It gives you a write-up about it. And everything is in color. So if you want to color it according to the coloring book or to the guidebook, you can. If you don't, if you're not into mixing and shading and all that stuff like I get into. So I've been using just that and watercolor pencils. You've been seeing 1212, huh? Yeah, I got so much today in my meditation this morning. I was told how to do a Patreon page in my meditation. Don't ever kid yourself. You want to get answers. Shut up and go inside yourself. The other thing I've been getting big time today is you're fantastic. The only limits you've got are you. So get the hell out of your way. Stop stopping yourself. We do all these readings about chakras that are blocked, and it's your thinking that limits you. Stop it. Stop it. Go for it. If you fail, it's not a fail. It's I can relook at it and try it this way. Yeah, that's been coming at me really big today too. So I even made a meme about it. You're fantastic. You're incredible. You're unlimited. There's nothing stopping you. Hey, Manic, good to see you. Nothing that can stop you. Well, have you looked up the meaning of 1212? Because there is a meaning for it. I will look it up on Pinterest and tell you. Pinterest is a great source for stuff like that. I see 1010 a lot. Saw 1010 this morning, actually. 1212. Those are angel numbers. It says balance your own needs with the needs of others. Remember that unity and polarity both exist, and multiple truths can coexist without being mutually exclusive. That's a good one for all of us. You know, as we're going through this stuff, our government and our just stuff, just stuff. That's a really good one. That's interesting. Balance your own needs with the needs of others. Remember that unity and polarity both exist, and multiple truths can coexist without being mutually exclusive. This country used to be based on that. Your right to voice your opinion, and your right to disagree with that opinion. You know, it's an opinion. It doesn't need to be a rule because it's someone's opinion. You see what I'm saying? The old soapbox thing. Hey, Marie Hanson, good to see you. Yeah, a 222 for you. Let's look up 222. Yeah, I was given my breakdown of what to charge and everything for Patreon. Yeah, and I haven't even started Patreon yet. 222. Let me find the same. Okay. That's a biggie. You matter. 222 is a reminder not to shy away when others shun you. Instead, be the bright light. 222 enhances the power of your belief system. Your voice deserves to be heard. Make sure to try and leave a lasting impression on others, even if they don't agree with you. Make your existence the reason it is a better day today. Wow. Do not shy away when others shun you. Instead, be the bright light. 222 enhances the power of your belief system. Your voice deserves to be heard. Make sure to try and leave a lasting impression on others, even if they don't agree with you. Make your existence the reason it is a better day today. So that's saying voice your opinion, but do it in a way that it plants a seed instead of overwhelming with, well, this is the way it's got to be, kind of an attitude. You can stand up for yourself and be an activist without being resistant and condescending or discounting to some other group or some other people. Even if you feel that like you want to discount them. That's awesome. Yeah, angel numbers, they're fun. The repeating numbers synchronicity blows my mind. But yeah, that's my chart. The reason I brought that up, my Patreon charges will be synchronistic numbers like that. And 222 is the first one, considering Patreon won't let you go anything less than $2 a month. So, yeah, it should be fun. It's gonna be fun. So you guys let's play around. Let's see what do you want to do for dinner? Let's see what we can get for dinner. This might take several pulls here. We'll try for 3, okay? 3 course. I'll let you guys decide which one. I'll pull 3 cards 3 times. So we'll have 9 different things. And you guys pick. I'll let you guys vote and pick what you want to do for each set, each one. Which of the 3 cards you want like the best? That's what I'm trying to say. Get the brain and the mouth to work together. It's beneficial. Yes, stay humble. Stay humble. Because if you're not, I can tell you right now, Humble pie is bitter medicine. That's the other thing I got in my meditation about Patreon today. I've been wanting to do Patreon for over a year now. And I was like, but I can't figure out how to do the layers. How do I break it down? How do I do the different membership layers? And when I finally meditated on it today, I heard, we've been trying to tell you this for quite some time now, but you've been too focused on your YouTube channel to hear us. I've been focused on grow that channel. I want to get my community page so I can leave you guys messages. That's all. Past that is all icing on the cake. You know, I'm not doing YouTube for money. Let me tell you, you got a rude awakening coming to you if you do YouTube for money. Hard work. Hard work. It takes years to get to the point of some of these giant channels. So it's not like you start and 2 years later, you're in the chips, babe. I mean, even I've signed up to be an Amazon associate, and my first check is going to be 57 cents. I'm going to take myself out for half a drink of water. Hey, I got good water to drink. Thank you. And like, I was watching the Lori Way of Positive Change earlier. She did her first live since the hurricane. She's in Fort Myers, y'all. She was trying to tell us about how people were helping each other and how she'd met neighbors down the street that she didn't even know existed, and because they were all reaching out and making sure everybody had food and shelter, and you need your house tarp to keep the rain out. And she couldn't hardly talk about it without tearing up. So she's still pretty traumatized. So that is a channel I highly recommend. The Way of Positive Change. Go show her some love. She needs help, y'all. She's really blessed. Right now, the only part of her property that has flooding issues is her side yard. She lost a tree, and the tree took out her air conditioning on the way down, and her fence, where so many people lost everything. And then she knows other people on the other side of Florida where the storm didn't have the storm surge she had, and people lost everything. So, and also I need to ask you all for prayers. I haven't heard, but Milwaukee a couple of hours ago was under a tornado warning. So that also probably includes our wonderful friend Scott Allen in Madison. So you guys, weather's just have goosebumps. Whoa, yeah. Yeah, and he's out on the road delivering meat. So I hope he's on his way in. I bet when that was issued, they called him in. Oh, man. Okay, let's do food fortunes. I'm going to pull it from the middle of this deck this time. Oh, and of course, one wouldn't pop up that time. Usually, not going to do it. Okay, well, then we'll just take the top card. Okay. Oh, that's healthy. Well, okay, it looks like we're picking out a snack or dessert. First, we got the straight shooter. Now, is that Cheese Whiz or is that whipped cream? Let you guys decide that one. See what it says it is in the book. This is funny. Straight shooter. It's not a side or a main, so it's definitely a sweet. So they're looking at that as though it's whipped cream. Yep, whipped cream, the straight shooter. Well, if you were making a cheesesteak, you could say that was Cheese Whiz, right? The next card is the split. I don't need to tell you what that one is. And the last card is the mess. It kind of goes with what we were talking about. It's a melting red, white, and blue. Huh? So, which one do you guys want to pick for your part of the meal? Yeah, Scott delivers in the Milwaukee area. He lives in Madison, or outside of Madison. Yeah. Oh, I bet you do from the winter of 2021. And I don't think it's going to be any better this year. My spirit told me months ago for people in Texas, y'all better get your gasoline stocked up, and every house needs a generator. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, which one of these do you want? I know which one I'm voting for. Yes, I agree, Marie. I want the banana split. Oh, this one. Okay, so that's our dessert for tonight. Now, next 3 cards. That one just kind of wanted to be. Holy cow, we're getting more sweets. The Ace of Sweets. Apparently, those have to equal the cups in the tarot. So we got a Hershey bar there. Are we building up to s'mores? Ooh. Okay, here we go. The fallen fruit. A fruit. And I don't think they mean the maraschino cherries or the bananas. What's the next one? Oh, and a drink. We get a beverage this time. The classic. So, which do you want? I say, I hate to say this because I love chocolate, but we've already got a dessert unless you would rather have the chocolate bar or the banana split. I vote for the banana split. Don't know about y'all. So that leaves a choice of fruit or beverage. Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I love Dr. Pepper, Marie. Yeah, you wore 2 pair of thermals and rolled up in 3 blankets. Yeah. Oh, the other thing. You might want to look at electric blankets for camping, because they can be charged up with a solar charger. You know, the little solar chargers. I have one right here that I can show you. They can be charged with one of these. Small. This is like a cell phone solar charger. This thing works great. It was like $40, and that was it at Amazon. You just stick it outside. Has USB ports. It came with an adapter for the phone port for your cell phone, so that you can use Apple or Samsung, Android. Sorry, didn't have to be Samsung. But here's your plugs. You got USB plugs, and there's your phone plug or your micro plug. So if you need to charge up your battery for something, yeah, there you go. So which one you guys going for? You want to do the drink or the fruit? Marie Hanson, you want the Dr. Pepper? I'm voting for the apple. Be honest with you, we already got junk in our banana split here. Hey, I'll make a meal out of that banana split, and have done. Used to have a friend, single mom. Her little girl's like 4, 5, and 6 years old. And on a hot evening, we would just go to Denny's or wherever and get 3 of the biggest banana splits we could find. And that little girl could put it away. And that was our dinner. Once in a while, we go and have waffles, or once in a while, we go have pancakes. Nobody ever said that you had to have salty shit at dinner. Salty, heavy stuff at dinner. You can have salty, heavy breakfast stuff at dinner. Yeah, the apple. I agree, Marie. Let's do the apple. Okay, last card. Let's hope we get a main dish. Hey! Woohoo! We got the king of mains. It's a T-bone steak, y'all. Now, if you don't eat meat, Gosh, there's lots of different things you could substitute for that. Make sure that it's solid, heavy protein. There you go. So we've got not meat and potatoes, meat and fruit. That's very healthy. And because we're staying really healthy with that, we can splurge and fill up the rest of us with a banana split. How's that for a silly dinner? Actually, it's not too bad. That's actually one I could really live with and not feel guilty about. That was fun. I like that. We'll have to do that again. Now you got some ideas for dinner, y'all? Something you can do with a steak, something you can do with an apple or fruit, and then some special ice cream dish. Even if it's, I don't know if they still have them for sale, if it's still available for sale right now, but Bluebell ice cream in the summertime has banana split ice cream, and it has everything that's in a banana split in the ice cream. There's frozen, there's chunks of banana in there. There's all the different toppings. There's marshmallows. I've found nuts and cherries, everything that's in a banana split. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, a sliced apple into a salad, and or gosh, you could make with that salad. You could really go do balsamic vinegar on the salad. You can also use the balsamic vinegar on your steak as a tenderizer. Oh, is that delicious? Okay, I'm hungry now. How about y'all? It's time to move on. Nikki needs a card. Are you still here, Miss Nikki? Anybody else want a card? Let me know. And I read on political questions if you want. That rule got changed. So Spirit told me I needed to be doing that. So here I am. Nikki, hey, PD, good to see you. You want a card too? Okay. Nikki, here's your card if you're still here, my sweet girl. I'm going to do it from our fun new deck. Such a beautiful deck. Just a gorgeous deck. And I love the fact that it is definitely metaphysical first, and how our metaphysical beliefs can coincide with plant medicine, and that this particular type of plant medicine is all about divine feminine energy. This is pretty cool. Nikki. What does Nikki need to know? And pull more than one card, Nikki. Wow. I got 3 really good cards. What's the bottom card? Yes, and it's a redhead. Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to take the bottom card as well. First card. This is the stability card. He is the King of Swords. Look at that face. You don't want to cross him, but yet his eyes are very, very gentle. He is the card of stability. Now, I know that is something that you're craving big time, is stability in your life. Aren't you, hon? I know you are. We've talked. I know you are. So this card is all about stability. And see, he's holding his pentacle close to his chest. So that I'm hearing that your stability has got to come from inside of you, not somebody else. Gotcha, Jenny. Not somebody else. You got to rescue yourself. Believe me, what comes with rescuing yourself, nobody can take that away from you. And you got to use your own wisdom. You have the connections. You, girlfriend, you know what you're doing in this. I know it seems like things are kind of up in an upheaval. But we're all feeling that upheaval. Oh, Janet wants a card too. Lots of cards today. That's great. That's great. So, Nikki, yeah, wisdom is your second card. So, you got decisions to make and you're wanting the wisdom to know which way to go. And it all pertains to your emotional, physical, material stability. So, Spirit is telling you, relax, girl. It's all falling into place. You've put out there that you need help. Number one thing is requesting help. So, you get my favorite card from this deck. Dance. It's the dance portal. Dance, girlfriend. Let it go. Dance and spin with abandon until you can't breathe, until you feel like you're going to fall down. Get your grandkids in there to do it with you. Just, they'll love it. You know, it's all hail the apocalypse. Let it go. Let it go. And when you do that, you will find abundance. Because you can. Start the redhead, my love. The redhead with the curly danged hair. That's you. That's you. I hope you catch this on the replay if you're not still here, Nikki. You can. You got this. This also is talking about what's going on with your stomach and with your food. Focus on what your body is telling you, not what the doctors are saying, not what your head, your ego is telling you. Your body is talking to you. That's your I can. Look at her. She's so happy. Oh, I love it. These are great cards, Nikki. Really, really good cards. Yeah, redheads are the best. That's so cool. So, okay. Next one, Miss PD. Of course, I know which deck you want. You want this deck too. This is, the book in this deck is, it's fun to just sit and read. My problem is I've been falling asleep when I read because I'm not sleeping really well at night. We're in that in-between stage where it's not quite warm enough to run the air conditioner, but not cool enough to not have a fan and windows open and all that shit. So, and then it's been raining, so it's humid at night. Humid and cool. This morning at 5 o'clock, it was 61 degrees and 63% humidity. So even if it's cooler, it's muggy. So I've been sleeping very well. So during the day, right about 2 o'clock, it's everything I can do to stay awake. I do too. This deck is brand new. It's only been out on the market since the 23rd of September. And it's just beautiful. I love this deck. The messages are gorgeous. Okay, PD. First card. Yep. I like. What's the bottom card? That's cool. You got a second one on the bottom card. So I got 5 cards for you, dear. First card. Don't take your life so seriously. Sing, baby. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the world. Sing. Here we go. Good Lord, here we go. Yeah. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Because through that's how you're going to find your connection. And that connection is just like abracadabra magic. And now look at the connections that you've been finding just recently. I mean, just in the last, 2-3 months? The people that you've met on YouTube and stuff? Chicken leg difference. Oh my gosh, girl, that was funny. That was funny. So, connect. Through your singing, through your music, through your joy, you will find you're going to connect. It's going to be a lot easier to connect spiritually, physically, with other people, with yourself. Start focusing on those and doing those things that you love. And if you don't absolutely love it, put it aside. Put it aside. It'll wait. That's one good thing. I mean, because you're starting a transformation here. I want you to know Pegasus is my constellation, girl. That's the constellation for Aquarius, by the way, is Pegasus. So, hey, there's our Nikki. Did you hear your reading, Nikki? I just did your reading. It's gorgeous, girl. It's good. You got good things coming. Yeah, of course we're a lot alike. We are a lot alike. So, yeah, the transformation is coming with the connection that you make. I know with your channel, you're having a good time trying to decide what you're going to do with it, or what you like to do with it, and where you're going to go with it. And I just keep telling you, just push record, push live, go for it. Even if you don't know your niche right now, when you start getting people who are following you, you'll see the shows or the different things that are more popular with the people who follow you. And that's how you can focus. And let me tell you right now, oh my God, you need to go back and look at some of my first stuff. I am not kidding. I looked like I was a hostage reading the ransom fucking note. So we all start somewhere, you know? Don't be worried about the stability. The stability will come. And I think you'll find with your artistic abilities and stuff, you'll have a big following. I can tell you out of my own personal experience with being a creative and artistic person, everyone here loves what you create. That's the first, no. Which tier is that? Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. That's tier 2 on my Patreon. You do the tier 2, you're going to get art classes and you get the spiritual connection with me. You do tier 3, you get my writing, my art, and my spiritual connection. My first tier is the spiritual connection. So that's the details of that I get to work on. But anyway, back to you, my dear. Celebrity is going to bring about stability. I think once you kind of settle in with, well, I can do this, I can do that. So that's what I'm going to do is this and that. A little this and a little that. And the stability will come. I can tell you, I've been doing this for, well, it was a year in July. So you're in, 3 months now? And I'm just now starting to settle in and feel confident and feel like I'm worthy of all of this. Just saying. So because of that stability, my channel is growing at a good rate. It's not growing real fast and it's not growing real slow, but it's growing, and that's what matters. So I'm not here to get rich. I'm only here for you guys. So if the number of the you guys number grows, cool. If it doesn't, that's cool too, because you're all my friends. I love you. We're intimate, and this is cool. Here's your last one. You get clarity the more you do. The more you do here. Oh, thank you, sweetie. We all have that worthy stuff that happens with all of us. I was listening to Danny Shea was talking about that with someone the other day. And actually, no, I think it was on one of his own videos. He was talking about how when you first start this card reading and stuff on YouTube and the wonderful things that happen to you, you feel at first like, whoa, I'm not worthy of this. This is amazing. And it is. It really is. But the more you do, the more you realize This is what you're born to do. That's the clarity. Look at that dude, man. He's happy. What all y'all want? How much you want, and what can I get for you? Stony Baker! Dude, we're using the metaphysical cannabis cards to do personal readings today. This is PD. So PD, you got this. It's just a matter of stop planning and do. Okay? That's what all this is telling you. Stop the planning part and stop the what if game and just go for it. Just do. So. Yeah, good to see you, Stony, my man. How are you today? How are you today? I won't be live tomorrow, Stony. Well, we're talking. Depends on what happens with the January 6th hearings. If you guys want to come on and have a place to come and vent, I will do that. But, let me know. Let me know in the comments here or in the chat here. If you want me to go live tomorrow just as an impromptu, I will. Otherwise, we're postponed it for a week because it's a special show. We want everybody there, You tell me to go for it. Woohoo. Ouch. I dropped its card. Where are you, card? Where'd you go? There you are. Yeah. I would drop the karma card. That's also from tarot. That is the judgment card. See, these cards are really cool because they pull from oracle, they pull from tarot, they take off on their own with goddesses and gods. These cards are fun. Okay, yeah, it would be like 5 o'clock-ish or so, because that's normally when the Lightworkers Roundtable would be going on, is at 5 Pacific. So that would be 8 o'clock Eastern. So yeah, I'd be willing to do that if you guys want me to. I'm here for you. So if you're wanting somewhere to talk and vent, I'm here. Albert's funny today. What is Albert doing, Mr. Meow? My buddy's being lazy. Next card person is Marie. Okay, well, I don't need to show that you asked for a card, do I? And anybody else want cards? Marie Henson. Oh yeah, and Stony, you missed the plan. We planned dinner tonight. It's T-bone steaks with apple salad and banana splits. New thing for my show. I have cards that they're the food fortune cards to help plan your dinner on Wednesday. Plan your hump day dinner. Yeah, T-bone steaks, apple salad, and banana splits. I think that sounds like a mighty fantastic meal. Those are the cards we picked. You want a sweet potato? Only time I do sweet potatoes, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's more like sweet potato pie. My mom makes, I make it too now. It's got mashed sweet potatoes, pecans, concentrated orange juice, all the pumpkin pie spices, egg, sweetened condensed milk. See what I'm saying? And you bake that in a casserole dish with marshmallows on the top. And that's our sweet potato dish for every Thanksgiving and every Christmas. You just want straight butter and brown sugar. That mom used to make that for us all the time, just when she'd open a can of yams or something like that. But yeah. Oh, apparently it's going to get warmer this weekend. Oh, Mord makes excellento. Sweet potatoes, huh? Oh, Southern Comfort. Yeah. Ooh, that'd be good, Janet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, that's funny because I watched a video that made me laugh really hard. Did you know that Black people don't eat pumpkin pie? They don't like pumpkin pie. You know why? Have you guys ever had sweet potato pie? You eat sweet potato pie very much. Yeah. Oh, pumpkin or pecan, that's my favorite. No. I watched on Julia Child one time. Was it Aretha Frank? No, it was Patti LaBelle was on there. And she was making sweet potato pie. But she put ground up pecans in her pie crust. Oh my God, that looked so good. And, decorated all pretty on the top of the pie with the whole pecan halves. Oh, good God, that looked good. Yes, pecan is a drug. Oh, sweet potato pie with that many pecan. Oh, man. And she put maple syrup instead of sugar. I'm trying to think the stuff she had in there to sweeten it with. It was like, oh, good God. I wanted to just crawl right into the television set. So that was a long time ago too. Julia Child on PBS. Okay. So Marie Hansen, I keep dropping cards. Marie Hansen. I have two right here. Marie. It's interesting. What? One of those flipped around the opposite direction. We'll take it too. That's a good card. I'm going to pull one more. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is good. This is good. I like the bottom card too. First card. It's telling you to find some solitude. I get the idea you're trying to make a decision. Things are really hectic around you. Find a garden somewhere that you like to hang out. Do it at night, do it during the day, do it whenever you can find 5 minutes. Find your solitude. And I'm going to also recommend that you try doing the earthing thing. Do the grounding. Take your shoes off, stick your feet in the dirt. You'll find your stress of whatever is going on in your head is going to melt right away and go right out your feet into Gaia. She will suck it out of you. Will help you sleep that night. When you wake up the next morning, you'll have more, and that card is in here, but you will have more of an idea which direction to go in this decision. Oh, woo. Star card, basically. This decision is really weighing heavy on you. It has to do with you restoring something, maybe a relationship, maybe a job. Maybe you're thinking about moving back home, going home on a vacation. Whatever it is, it's weighing heavily on you. And this card is saying that not to worry. You're the star. It'll work. It'll work out. Don't be afraid of this decision. The next card. My favorite card. Don't take it so seriously. Laugh and let it go. Nikki, you got this card too. This is the dance portal. When the music comes on that you love, don't stand still, even if you're in a crowd. Because you know what? You start dancing, people might look at you like, ooh, that lady's weird. And then you just keep dancing. They'll watch their faces and their little... Next thing you know, they're smiling. Because that's what it's doing to you. You get lighter and lighter and lighter. You're lost? Okay. Accountability is the next card. You're afraid of making the wrong decision and being held accountable. Don't worry about that. This is the strength card as well. Yeah, have a booty to shake. Don't worry about being accountable. Because if you do what this is all telling you, following what you find inside yourself, your intentions are set. Your intentions are set right for this decision that you're making. And if you really are focusing on restoration, you're going to have to go at it with a lighter heart, because you wouldn't have to restore something if it wasn't broken. See what I'm saying? So that's why you're getting that dance and let the past go card. And don't worry so much about being held accountable for this decision. Maybe there's somebody in your past that has shown up, like I had happen to me yesterday, and you're toying with, do I want to start that friendship up again, or do I want to just leave it lie? And you won't know that unless you do go inside to remember why the relationship didn't work in the first place. Sometimes you can remember that, and sometimes you can't, because you're a different person now than you were back then. So something that might have really hurt you or been really crucial back then, chances are you may not even remember now. Depends. And then you're being told you need to go for a walk in nature. You want to find, goes right back to the sticking your feet in the ground and grounding. You need to connect with nature, even if that means just going on a quiet walk in a park or around your neighborhood. And that's a great place to also go within. And as you're doing that, you maybe got your earbuds in and you're listening to music and you want to dance. So it's letting go. You got it again here. Just go. Don't make this decision to be well, when this happens, I can do it. Just telling you to go out into nature. Find that calm with the decision that you've made. It'll help you make that decision, and then shit or get off the pot. Do it. Wow, Marie. You got something coming up big. Okay, Jenny. You still here, Miss Jenny girl? Yeah. I love these cards. These cards are fun. They're very intuitive. Of course, I haven't gotten into some of the African gods because I was trying to read through some of those the other day, and they started swimming in my head. So I figured I was having a fibromyalgia moment and put it aside. You learn after 20 years living with this disease that when you start making up words because you put 3 freaking words together at the same time and you can't remember what you're reading, you have to hear it and read it. It's like I got to have somebody reading it to me so I can follow along. It's crazy, huh? Oh, you're welcome, my dear. You're welcome. Did that help? I hope. The winter transition's freaking you out? I'm ready. I got all my laundry all done, all my clothes sorted. Even my grow is happy this morning. It was finally under 80 degrees in there for the first time since the 1st of April. So, yeah, all of a sudden, all 3 plants went, oh, I can grow now. Because I'll be honest with you, 2 of them were stalling. It's been a week and 2 of the plants hadn't changed hardly at all since I showed you those pictures. Today, all of a sudden, they're starting to grow 3rd leaves. You get your right eye done on the 26th. Oh. Are you good about that? Good. Because we'll pray for you on the 26th. Remind me, love. either here or Instagram or whatever, I will pray for you. I promise. I've been thinking, you guys, I'd like to start a prayer list for the channel. It's hard to do without a community page. But yeah, I'd like to start a prayer list. So on any of my videos or any live streams or whatever, if you want me to add you to the prayer list, just put it in any ones that you come up with. I'll be happy to add you to the prayer list. Your outdoor plants need 2 more weeks. Are you going to be able to get 2 more weeks? I'm sure you're freaking. I know Harley's freaking. Yeah. 2 more weeks. Ask, please, universe, we just need 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks of decent weather, please. Hey, it's already snowed here. The mountains behind me are like 8,552 feet. I looked it up. The mountain that was snowing on Monday. Yeah, right here behind me, right here. It's called Mount Bigelow, and it's where all the TV satellite dishes and stuff for the TV channels, TV stations are. Yeah, it was snowing up there on Monday. That probably just really helped you on this winter transition freak out, didn't it, Stony? I'm sorry. That's down here, dude, not up there. I told you, when it turns cold here, all of a sudden it's just, you wake up and it's cold. But we had that couple of weeks where it was raining every afternoon. And now that's stopped. And what came in behind it was colder weather. Yeah, Mount Bigelow, American Gigolo. I do believe it's named after, I think he was some military dude during the Indian Wars. One of those cavalry guys. No, I'm sorry. He owned the gold mine up there. There's a gold mine on top of that mountain. There's several gold mines on that mountain, but he owned the big one. Just dawned on me, who was Mr. Bigelow? Okay. Janet P. You still here, Janet? I know you're working, so. Oh, interesting cards. And the bottom card. Ooh, this is kind of an alchemy kind of reading. This is interesting. As we're coming into the holiday season, are you getting all caught up in tradition and worried about traditions? And now that families can get back together again and friends can come back, and are you concerned maybe about the conversations and how sharp people's tongues are going to be when they come together as a part of a tradition? Look at her tongue. She's got a sharp tongue around all those people that are surrounding her. It's telling you to remember that before all of this, you had a union with these people. You had a union, you had an agreement, and you did the dance. Alabastipo. And you did the dance. That's a beautiful card. So don't be afraid of getting together with them because it's traditional, and being afraid of their sharp tongues because you had a loving union to begin with. And that's the essence. That's all you got to remember when all of you guys, when we're getting together for the holidays this year, keep in the back of your mind, I used to love these people. That is the very essence of your being. They help to create who you are. You got to find it. We got to find each other again. So many families have been just blown up. And that's our hardest part right now. It's finding that essence. That essence of tradition and union and love. Oh, have a good one. Love you too, Stony. Yeah, keep your friends outdoor grow happy and healthy, and wish you lived here so you could check on my indoor grow. Anyway, next card that I get for you is a confirmation card of the intergalactic mastery. Darling, what you do with your wolves, what you do in everything you do, you're a master. Yeah, she's holding a knife. She's also holding a vessel. So you got to cut through the I'm seeing this as you got to cut through the shit to find the love inside that vessel. And sometimes that may take a sharp tongue, and it may take union. You can look at the cards this way also. These cards are interesting, but this intergalactic mastery, you've been here before many times. You know, you've weathered worse. So having the family get together at your house, maybe. I get you. I understand completely. To you, that's like you're going to have to create your own metaverse. And you're going to want to feel like you're going to want to doctor the food, make everybody calm, and everybody enjoy themselves. If you could just give them drops of happiness in the food that you're fixing for them, right? Yeah. Drops of happiness to remove their anger. Ooh, what a pretty card. Oh, I'm going to add this one too. This is beautiful. I love that. So that's your metaverse. You're creating a new metaverse. We really are. That's what we're doing. Those of us who are willing to shine our light, and no matter how people have badmouthed you or whatever, you find your love for those people. I know how hard that is, I'm saying. I get a contact high from the smoke. Do more for y'all. That's cute. I love it. But this card, I have to include this card. This is a resurrection card. We do all this. You do all this with the holidays and family members and friends that you haven't been around for a couple years. Just keep in mind, don't have a sharp tongue. Be kind. You did love these people. You do have a union with these people. And that's the very essence of your relationship, is that love and union that you've always had. So if you got to reach out to the Galactic Federation for strength, go for it. Because we are creating a new metaverse out of this. We all got to find our way back to each other and resurrect our love. I love it. What a cool card. Yeah, put some CBD in the food. There you go, Marie. I love that idea. Hey, some of us would put more than CBD in there. No, I never would do that to somebody without their knowledge. That's horrible. I can remember being in high school and kids were doing that kind of crap to each other. Put a Quaalude in somebody's milk at lunch. And then they got to go home because they're losing their mind. They're seeing colors they can't see straight. Don't know why. I went to school with some pretty rowdy kids. Yeah, drops of happiness. Exactly. Use that as your intention when you're cooking the food. Great, Marie. Thank you. Use that as your intention when you're cooking the food, that you are adding drops of resurrection and happiness in your food. There you go. Oh my goodness, that works. Oh boy, I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah. I said drops of happiness. Okay, drops of happiness. You know, happiness is something that you don't wait for. Happiness doesn't come to you. Happiness is something you decide. It's like I can have crap coming at me all day long, and I got to decide, is it going to be one of these days where I go, damn it, it's one of those crappy days, or is it going to be one of those days where I'm like, I had shit coming at me all day, but who gives a crap? I can go on and laugh about it. So there's your drops of happiness. I learned that a long time ago. Happiness is a decision. You decide every morning when you get up whether you're going to be happy or not. You don't realize that you make that decision. It's pretty unconscious. And then a lot of it will have to do with it. Maybe the dream you had just before you woke up. Too. I woke up this morning exhausted, sweating from my neck up. I was doing something in my dreams that was getting me hot-headed. That's all I can figure out. So, yeah, these are good cards for you today. I love it. I love this. You know, we decided dinner, decided what we're doing for lunch. So let's pick a crystal. Let's get a card for her. I love any crystal and energy today from the Crystallary deck. And then I pulled a Tarot Pets card too. Oh, laughing is always better than crying. And you know what? It takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. So when somebody says it's just easier to be happy, it is. You really spend a lot of energy being unhappy and angry. And it's a matter of perception. You can turn anything around into a matter of changing your perceptions into something good. And that includes things like hurricanes and earthquakes. And hey, for instance, Jeffrey Wright Color had his big fire in his apartment that he lived in for 30 years, renting out a room as an Airbnb, as part of an Airbnb. He was in Manhattan. Had a fire. Damn near lost everything. Heard him say today, he's good. He's happy. He's got what he needs. He's asking people for a little bit of help getting some furniture for his apartment that he just rented, but he's okay. He's got his art supplies, his cards, himself, and he's happy. And he's living in Mexico City, of all places. Says he doesn't know if he'll be there forever, but that's where he's at for now. And I'm going, yes. And he's going to be coming on Lightworkers Roundtable as well, once he gets settled and has a bed to sleep on. Yeah. But you know, this community reached out to help him when he needed help. So if you're trying to make a difficult decision about something that's hurtful or a crisis or a trauma, reach out to us. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here for you guys. That's reach out to any one of us that you feel that bond with, that you can open up and, you know, that you feel safe to open up with. There's a lot of us available, that's for sure. A lot of good people that are here to help. So, Crystallary card, please. Oh, it's one I am. Oh, that's one of these. That's what that's called. Okay. This is the Garden Quartz card. There are worlds within you. I just heard, trust the process. This is garden quartz. Well, with a woodpecker feather stuck in it, but See how all those crystals, they're going every which way in that. It's a garden of quartz. This is the matrix on the bottom. Matrix on the bottom. And that's how those crystals grew that way. Look at the little tiny crystals on this guy. It's got all these little crystals right here. So that's garden quartz. The book says, as soon as I find it, okay, and the light, and this azurite, clear quartz, garden quartz. You know, it really helps if the 2 pages don't stick together. There are worlds within you. Garden quartz is the most hardness scale of 7 on a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 9. Salt being 1, salt or chalk being number 1. I think salt's number 2, chalk is 1, or diatomaceous earth. Come in, garden quartz whispers. You are welcome here. So often we turn outward, seeking to understand the world around us, while neglecting the worlds that thrive within. Garden quartz invites you to remember that each organ in your body is a constellation, each cell a star. Every emotion is a trailing vine ripe with flowers, and your movement, every action, is the fruit of so many minuscule muscles firing in concert with your will. So those muscles are firing constantly, even without your conscious thinking about it. Your will is making it do it. Turning your conscious within reveals the wonders of the universe of you. Explore your own layers, your accumulated years with your perfection and imperfections. Your inner landscape await attention and bask in your noticing it. Garden quartz assures you are worlds within. Come home to yourself. That's a nice warm feeling. Thought of coming home to you. Just you. Really, a week after your friend died, you woke up at 4:30 a.m. with him talking to you. See? How did that make you feel? That's a pretty powerful thing. I have people, when they pass away, will come and tell me goodbye. They wake me up in the middle of the night to tell me goodbye. So, yeah. First time that happened blew my mind. I got a tap on the shoulder that startled me awake, and I knew that it was one of my angels, because I work a lot with the archangels. So I knew it was one of the angels, and I heard this sweet, sweet voice saying, someone wants to tell you goodbye. And that was my friend that did the tattoo on my foot. She passed with breast cancer. And that was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I mentioned that to her husband, because she came to tell me goodbye at that time. And he was like, that gives me the creeps. I was like, what? Why? And he says, that's the time they came and picked up her body. So that was the actual time her soul really did separate from her body. And it freaked him out that she came to tell me goodbye and never did tell him goodbye. Kind of interesting, you know? Yeah, and I've always, a little kid, I've always known My great aunt passed away, and the phone rang, and I told my mom, "Oh, Aunt Lucille passed away," and that's what the phone call was for. Before she even answered the phone, just stuff like that, uh, which I didn't think anything of when I was younger. And my parents never said anything about it either. They never made a big deal that it was good or bad or indifferent. So I just thought everybody was that way. Yeah, she may have tried. Oh, okay. Somebody who was really into cars. That's cool. That was my dad's hobby. That was my ex-husband's hobby. Most of my cousins, uh, most of the men that I have known in my past are shade tree mechanics. Shade tree mechanics or licensed certified mechanics. Um, a really, really good friend right now that is a freelance commercial truck driver, and he also works on those big trucks. So he just drives around with his toolbox in the back of his truck looking for semis that have broke down on the highway. He makes a pretty good living doing that too. Get them fixed enough to get them going on down the road. So, yeah. It's amazing since COVID how people have found ways of supporting themselves that aren't the old, you have a good job that's got great benefits and you stay in it forever. I love seeing all the entrepreneurial, um, yeah, that energy is wonderful. It's fun. Changed out your motor, your tranny in your driveway. Wow. Hopefully he had like powerful jacks and shit, because that's kind of hard to do. Tranny's kind of messy, to train. Yeah, I can tell. I've always been around that my whole life. And I don't even own a car now. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah. Um, the other thing that's kind of caught my interest is I'm listening to all these people talk. Like, I was watching Scott Allen and Nancy Jean on Sunday, and they were talking about the polls and why the polls are never right. It's because they don't ask the right people. They ask the likely voters. So that's the people who are going to work 9 to 5 and the people who are retired. Because that's who they used to think were the likely voters. They didn't think young people bothered. And young people back in the day didn't bother. Um, it's not like that now. The youth is a very big voting bloc now. There's a lot of them, and they've all grown up with all these mass shootings in school. You think that they don't want some kind of gun control? So, yeah, that's just it. Only person that I've ever heard say they want to take the guns away was Beto O'Rourke, and he meant the ARs. He didn't mean all their guns. Maybe he did. I don't know, but I have never been one who's do away with the Second Amendment. That's never been my aim, ever. And I'm a pacifist, so. But I also know that you get corruption in your government, you need to protect your butt. So, yeah, just get rid of the ARs. There's no reason for us to have military grade weapons, and making it where 16, 17, and 18-year-olds can buy them legally. That's ridiculous. 16, 17, and 18-year-olds, I don't care if your daddy is telling you what to do and how to do it with gun safety and all that shit. They're 16, 17, and 18 years old. They have no sense of mortality. They don't realize what they're doing. I really wonder sometimes if Kyle Rittenhouse, if that wasn't his thing, he was so all caught up in the frenzy of it that he didn't really think about what he was doing. And now his life is ruined forever. That sucks, you know? To be a teenager and you make a decision that costs people's lives and then you don't even understand what you did. That's pretty crazy. Well, I heard something today, Marie Hansen, that really got me going. You know why they're saying that the border is a mess? They just found, I was watching Democracy Now! This is the source it comes from, y'all. If you want to look for it, look it up on YouTube. Democracy Now! Is the YouTube channel. It's also PBS, was a PBS channel. It's a cable channel. Amy Goodman. She was interviewing a journalist from Mexico. Emails have been, I don't know if you heard about this, emails have been shared that the Mexican guy in charge of the Mexican military has been providing hand grenades and weapons to the cartels. Guess where those guys been getting the weapons that they've been giving the cartels? Guess where they've been coming from? Massive shipments across the border from gun sales and manufacturers in Arizona. Do you hear any bells and whistles going on? What state did Trump come to look at the wall the most on? Arizona. Why is that? You think maybe he had a little bit of a gun running issue going on? I'm just saying, it's not a conspiracy that you want me to read on it. I will. It just, that hit me and it went, of course, that's why they say there's a crisis at the border. It's their personal crisis out of their fucking pocketbooks because they're providing guns down there. Yeah. Yeah, Pancho Villa. See, I'm here in Arizona. Arizona became a state in 1912. Pancho Villa comes up here right after all that was over with the Mexican Revolution in Pancho Villa. Arizona grew. We got the little strip across the bottom that makes it have that funny angle that goes straight. That's where Tucson is. Tucson's right in the middle of that. It's called the Gadsden Purchase. As part of a thank you to the United States for helping the Mexican government stop Pancho Villa, they let us buy that little strip of land to add to Arizona. So this southern Arizona is very different than northern Arizona because we were Mexico longer than the rest of the state was. Yeah, that was actually a one of the Mexican revolutions. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was quite the revolution to me. And Spirit was like giggling at me, going, "Yeah, you finally getting why he's so watchful of the Arizona border, not New Mexico, not California. Well, he wasn't going to do California because that's a sanctuary state. You know, he don't want to even talk about California because they don't rake their forests, right? But Arizona, Texas, and Florida, parts of the border that they're tightening up. Just saying. You know, those guys were gun running. They were selling guns all over the place. So, yeah, this is some of the stuff I think we're going to be finding out in the next few weeks, is just how depraved these guys have actually been doing with our tax dollars, and it's not just these guys. This has been going on since 1912, Mexico. Just think, if Canada, the United States, and Mexico could all work together to lift up all three countries, wow, what a power block. What a power block that would be. Hey, Mosshole, good to see you, sweetheart. Mwah! Be an amazing power block in the world. But I would like to see just the whole world work together like that to raise each other up. But don't have any idealistic views or nothing. I'm not the hippie peace girl. Yeah, I am. To my very core. Oh dear. But yeah, hey, Mosshole, I got a new deck, dude. We've been reading cards from it. Metaphysical cannabis deck. It's fun. Got gorgeous stuff in here. So yeah, I'm looking at the time, an hour and a half. So we got a half hour left. Oh, I know. Abbott's screwed. And then you got DeSantis and Rick Scott, who are now all of a sudden don't vote for, don't vote for relief help for major disasters. And first thing they're doing is whining and crying because, well, the mayors in the cities in Florida got to talk to Joe Biden before the governor did. Oh, he finally talked to me and said he's going to give us some money. Money you voted you didn't want. I can't wait till somebody wheels Abbott off a cliff. I also was watching a clip of someone that was interviewing. I don't know what was this? Oh, it was for Stephen Colbert, I think. Someone was interviewing some Trump supporters. How did he go put this across? Asked the guy about, the abortion issue and the difference between abortion and why is it that, what's the difference between us telling you, the government telling you have to wear a mask and get a vaccine compared to you telling women that they can't have an abortion? What's the difference? You're telling people what to do with their bodies, that they don't have any choice over what they're doing with their bodies, that the government has more choice than they have. And he was, gave his spiel on how, well, abortion is against God, where everything else, and blah, 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 blah. And so he turned to the guy's wife and he says, ma'am, is this how you feel? And she was like, well, I'm not a pro-lifer. She's not going to vote the way her husband thinks she's going to vote. You're trying to take our rights away. You take women's rights away. It doesn't matter what party you're in. It doesn't matter what party you're in. And we got this huge block of young people who don't know what it's like to not have abortions be legal. Yeah, how about mandatory vasectomy laws? Because vasectomies can be reversed. Sometimes. Depends on how good the doctor was. Oh, could that be something that's why women die having illegal abortions? Sorry. I remember those days. I had a cousin who had a kitchen table abortion back in 1973, just before Roe v. Wade actually was approved. And she's 19, and she had 2 children after that. Both babies were extremely premature and had a lot of issues. And I blame it on her kitchen table abortion that she had. Her mama made her go. She didn't want to have an abortion. Her mother made her. Her good Southern Baptist mama took her to New York City to get a kitchen table abortion. And you think that kind of shit's not going to continue? That we just go right back into that first thing I heard when that happened was women saying, okay, we're going to set up rides. You need to go to this state, that state. You need to come into my state. We're going to come get you. So that's the first thing that started happening was, okay, we'll work around your asses. So, yeah. I saw a t-shirt. Actually, no, it was a lounge dress, that you kind of like robe, but not really. And it was navy blue and it had little sperms. They were like, not little, they were big, all over it. And then across the front, it said, "Life begins at ejaculation." I was like, hey, because without that seed, we don't have the issue. So if you keep your pants zipped up, boys, you don't have to have abortions, be legal or not. And I can't put all the blame on the boys because I know how women work at men. So, hey. Oh, going backwards instead of going forwards is always a frustration. You can't go backwards. We're not the same people we were. I'm not the same as I was yesterday. Yeah, men can do 365 pregnancies a year where women can only carry one. It depends on how fertile you are too, Marie, because you can get pregnant right after you have a baby. As soon as that doctor proves you to have sex, that's when you're the most fertile. I didn't know if you knew that. So, yeah. Blame it all on the women. That's okay. They're just scared of our strength. And that's the way it is now. Problem is, the way it is now is taking lives now. I know a girl here who is 33 weeks pregnant and has been put on bed rest so that she can carry her baby to full term. And her head, she's bored to death. I hate laying in this bed. This is driving me crazy. So I just told her, well, then maybe you're not mature enough to be a mom yet, because your number one focus is growing a baby, not whether you're bored or not. I haven't heard from her since. So I don't know what's happened with the pregnancy, but her mind wasn't in the right place. And her friend that had me talk to her, I told her friend, I was like, she's not ready to be a mommy. She's still busy being a little girl. She's more worried about how bored she is laying in bed all day. Where there's those of us who work our asses off for so long, work all through pregnancy and practically have your damn baby on the job and never complain a word because they're so excited to have a child. Kind of threw that judgment out there really quick, but that's what Spirit told me. She's not ready yet. And if she doesn't get ready, she's going to have a child that is going to have birth defects or things that are really going to test her the rest of her life. And she is not ready. She needs to get her shit together. Yeah, boys, I agree. Which did I say that in? I think that was Saturday Solutions. Gentlemen, you don't start helping women out and showing us some respect. My response is, ladies, you ain't gonna get me to cook for you. You ain't gonna get me to clean for you. And by God, you ain't gonna get me to be your buddy in bed until this shit is done and I get the respect I am due. We all work and clean house and do all those other things. How many men do that? Oh, I'm the main breadwinner. My dad's attitude, of course, we're talking World War II dude, but his attitude was, this is my house. I pay for everything in it. You follow my rules. Ladies, whose house really is it? He might be working and making more money than you, but you get sick or laid up or something and you can't do all the things you do, like wash his clothes. He's freaking the fuck out. Because if he's like my dad, good luck Can't boil water without burning it. I love men who can cook, by the way. That's one of the sexiest things a man can do, as far as I'm concerned, is cook. Because I can cook, and I'm tired of it. Yeah, cooperate, the Roe v. Wade. It's time and really start, damn it, this double standard's got to stop. Only reason we get abortions is because they're willing to pay. They pay the money for it. You know? So, gentlemen, you love to cook, Mossel. I knew you were special anyway, dude. We've had great conversations. Yeah. Men who cook, they're sexy. Just sexy, as far as I'm concerned. That and the other thing that I really love are woodworkers. So there you go, Stony Baker man, who's not in here right now. Men who work with wood. Men who build furniture and beautiful things with their hands. It's just, yeah. You betcha. Dishpan hand. The other hands I like are men who have, you can tell a man who's really worked hard. The tips of his fingers look like paddles because they've been smashed. And, you know, my dad didn't have those kind of hands. My dad was the office worker kind of guy. So my dad would be working on a car, changing the spark plugs or something on our car, and then something would slip and he'd hit his hand and be like, God, and you'd hear it echoing all the way down the street. And I'd be like, oh, Dad, you hurt yourself? And he'd have a little nick out of his knuckle that'd be bleeding a little bit. Oh, it just makes me so mad because he's frustrated trying to get it loose. When it came loose, it took a chunk out of his hand. Yeah, guys who help at home, my ex-husband was really good about that. He was a clean freak, almost germaphobe. So if I didn't have time to vacuum like he wanted or do dishes like he wanted or whatever, I'd come home from work or wherever I'd been and he'd be doing the dishes or he'd vacuum the floor. Or if he saw something that needed to be done, he'd just do it. That was nice. I never had any complaints about that part of, actually, he was so much that way that when I was a housewife, I felt like he was doing my job, and don't do my job. That's my job, dude. So you don't have to. So we used to fight over him doing it and me not doing it and me feeling guilty about it. And then we used to fight over the fact that I was working and he had to do it. Yeah, it's funny. We used to fight a lot. That's why we weren't married anymore. Yeah. So I think you're finding more and more men are coming around on this abortion issue. And it's thanks to their spouses and their significant others. Here in Arizona right now, it is 100% illegal, no exceptions. That went into effect last month. And abortion is. And no exceptions. Incest, mothers dying of an ectopic pregnancy or whatever. She's bleeding to death from a miscarriage, and they can get the bleeding to stop. Good, keep the baby in there. You might be able, come on. So prosecutors and stuff are actually taking it to the next, hi, hummingbird, taking it to the next level in the Supreme Court, state Supreme Court here, because the law is written so confusing. Doctors don't know what's legal. Even prosecutors don't know what to do. So here we go. It's going to get tested. How far is it going to go? It's going to go back to the Supreme Court. And we can't have those same idiots in the Supreme Court that took it away from us. But I don't think we've got to worry about that, because I think through all of this that's going to be coming out this winter and next year with the trials that are going to be starting to come up, we're going to have a lot of vacancies and a lot of jobs. I think we've got a lot of senators that will be found, senators and House of Representatives that will be found not eligible to run for office. And so if they did run for office and won their seat, they will automatically lose their seat. That means there will be special elections all over the country. You got to stop and think about what the repercussions of all this is. Totally unprecedented. Totally unprecedented. It's like Trump keeps saying, well, you guys have never gone after somebody else for doing this. Well, that's because nobody else has fucking done it before. That was his little comment about his documents. Well, I know George W. Bush took him home from when he was doing the first Gulf War. Did he? Did he really? You know that for sure, do you? We need to have an uneven number on the Supreme Court so that it is never can be a tie. And I've always felt that way. I don't necessarily know that having more justices is going to fix the issue. I think we need to not make it a lifetime appointment. Number one, that's asinine. God, look at how people lose their minds in their lifetime. Yeah, I stay stable from the moment I graduated and passed the bar exam. That started my stability for the rest of my life. I don't think so. Look at all of Trump's lawyers that are now like turning state's evidence against him because they want to save their own butts. Yes, governors fill the state appointments. So that's why it's the governor who we're voting in for governors right now is everything. I'm scared to death. I have Carrie Lake here. You all think Kirsten Sinema's bad. Oh my God, I have Carrie Lake and Blake Masters. Holy shit. Carrie Lake wants Arizona to secede from the Union. She's gone around. I've got an ad right now against her from Katie Hobbs, she's our current Attorney General, and she had to deal with all that that audit bullshit in Maricopa County. She had to deal with that personally. So she's our other choice for governor, her or Carrie Lake. And Carrie Lake point blank says, women are not the same as men. We are not built the same as men. Therefore, we can't do what men do. So women, we don't want equality. Equality is not something that we should even aspire to. That's Katie Lake. She was a newscaster in Phoenix and a Democrat, and a very liberal Democrat, until she discovered Mark Kelly. Scott Kelly's his brother. He got Mark Kelly. Yeah, she's a piece of work. I'm not worried about Mark Kelly getting reelected, because the guy who's running against him is another one who says abortion, only women who have abortions are Satan worshipers, quote, end quote. Don't think Mark Kelly's going to have much problem. I've actually talked to Mark Kelly. He's a really nice guy. He's from Tucson. Well, he's from Houston, but his wife is Gabrielle Giffords, who was our representative to the House of Representatives, U.S. representative, until she got shot in the head by a Looney Tune at a meet and greet out in front of Safeway back in 2009, I think that was. It was horrible. And it was my Safeway store. My mother talked me out of going there. I wanted to go there and meet her. And my mom said no, she didn't feel good that day. She needed me to stay home. So I stayed home. Thank you, Mama. because it was people in the crowd that got shot. So he shot her, and he shot a 9-year-old girl. He shot a judge. The judge and the little girl didn't make it. I mean, there was like 9 people died. It was awful. And that was our second mass shooting. We had one at the U of A like 20 years ago. A U of A nursing student didn't like his grades, and so he went in and started shooting up the teachers. So, guns. Arizona, did you know in Arizona there's no such thing as a concealed weapon? Carry your gun or your weapon anywhere you want to. Carry it on your hip. Oh, they love it if you carry it on your hip, because then they know you got it and there's no second guess. But yeah, 2010, they did away with the concealed carry law. So there's no such thing as a concealed weapon law here. So you never know who has a weapon or not. So, but I need to do some praying and stuff on that. Actually, the guns coming across the border from Arizona. I want some of the more proficient tarot readers to read on that one for me. So I'm going to have to ask, see who's up next. Who's live next? It takes taking questions. Is that one? Yeah. I used to go to a counselor, and her receptionist's husband was the Border Patrol guy that was murdered. They made a big deal out of it because it was over guns during the Obama administration. Guns getting to the cartels. They just refined that under Trump. And then lock the border down to stop those cartels and drive up the price of the drugs and the people that they're smuggling. That's all. It's all money. You know, it all comes down to the money trail. Well, you guys, we're getting at 1 hour and 52 minutes. So I did pull a Therapet card for you when I first started. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a little chow chow dog, I think. There's such happy little critters on it. Whatever you manage to do today will be enough. Don't be hard on yourself. Jen's World. Yeah, I'll ask her. Yeah, whatever you manage to get done today, yahoo, applaud yourself. And if it's not everything you had on your list to do today, you know what? You got tomorrow. Yeah, we're not given tomorrow's a gift, but that's all manifesting. It's all alchemy. You want to get the rest of it done? Plan it tomorrow. I started this project with going through all my winter clothes and sorting stuff and getting rid of stuff. And I got really, really into it. It was just starting to get to my fleece line leggings. Now, I do my laundry by hand in my bathroom sink, and then I hang them on the clothesline outside. I don't like the way washing machines waste water, and my dryer is natural gas, and I refuse to have anything to do with fracking, so I don't use natural gas if I can keep from it. So my stove, my heater, and my hot water heater and my dryer are turned off. I don't use them. Yeah, I have a hot plate, an electric hot plate, and an air fryer. I do everything I need to do with those two things. That's all I need. I'm trying to train myself into a smaller space because I want to move into a tiny house. And I pretty well got it perfected, I think. I'm pretty comfortable. But anyway, yeah, as soon as I started getting that, really got into it, I was like doing 2-3 loads a day, and I'd be all pooped. My hand, it's killing my thumb. My hand would be all hurting. And universe saved my life. We got 2 weeks of rain every afternoon. I could only do one load at a time, and it wasn't always getting dry before the rain would come in about 2-3 o'clock every afternoon. So yeah, I did my review for the One World Tarot, Lena Rodriguez and Sienna Rose Metaphysical, their deck, and all through the review, the thunder like going crazy. It sounded like it made me feel like people are going to think I edited in the thunderstorm. Nope, it was going on when I was recording the video. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So you want to build you a tiny house? That's my dream. I've actually, when I got this laptop, it came with, what's the name of the program? Sweet Home. Is that it? Yeah, Sweet Home 3D is the program. It was a free program. You can design your house right down to even the decor you want to put in there. It's a lot of fun. So I have several tiny houses designed in there. I have big houses, little houses made out of that I've designed that are all made out of shipping containers. I have a lot of fun in there. And then you get it all built, but nobody else has that. So then you use Google SketchUp. Everyone has SketchUp, not really, but I mean, if you've got a Google Drive, you've got access to SketchUp, the free version of it. And architects will work in SketchUp. So not like I need an architect, but yeah, I've watched enough tiny house videos over the years. I've been planning to do this for like 10 years that I know when you're designing it that you need to have all your pipes so that they won't freeze. You need to have them on an inside center wall. You don't want them underneath. Just little weird little things because it's a house, but yet it's an RV. So kind of, yeah. So you end up with some really weird things that you got to do. So you got to be prepared, watch out for weight. And because certain countries, especially if you're planning on traveling with your tiny house or anywhere around the world, certain countries have weight restrictions on their highways. We do. The United States does. So, and it's not unusual to get pulled over by a state police cop who is really only there for weights and measures, and he wants you to go up to the next weight station, and he's going to be up there while you weigh your tiny house. That's not unusual. That happens all over the place. So, home sweet what? Home sweet wherever I hang my hat. The other thing that I was kind of interested in doing was taking a small U-Haul box truck and converting it into a camper. Because I would like to, while I am capable of traveling, I would like to do some YouTube vlogs from about and from the small national parks that people don't visit very often, where you can actually be the only visitor in the campground because people don't know about that park. And so if you want solitude, that's kind of a cool place to go because you've got all the help of, the National Park Service and their rangers, that's their law enforcement and stuff. So you've got all that, but you might be one of a handful of visitors in the whole park. 8 by 12 and a half. That's what you want. Mine. Hey, there's our Stony Man back. You got your dude all taken care of, your friend? I'm glad. Yeah, I want 10 foot wide, 10 by 40, I think is 10 by 36. With one bedroom downstairs and a loft bedroom over the bathroom. The loft bedroom is more for guests and storage because at my age, I'm not going to be going up and down stairs and a ladder to go to bed every night. Just not real smart thinking for an elderly person. I mean, I don't classify myself as there yet, but I will be in 20 years. When I hear the word unusual, I think it's not unusual to be in love with anyone. Don Jones. Oh, Stony, I love you. You're funny. You came back just to tell me goodbye, huh? So it's time for me to say goodbye because we're at the 2 hour mark. I love you guys. I'm so makes me feel so good to be here. So tomorrow we'll just play it by ear. Keep an eye out. I'm gonna watch the J6 hearings and see how that went. And if I feel like I want to talk to you guys, I will be live. And we can vent, we can talk, we can kind of do what we were doing here just now. It feels good, you know, it's as long as it feels good to get those emotions out, you know. I will have a delightful day. You too. Oh, just as a quick little update, my pictures from this morning on my baby grow. Oops, wrong one. My needy babies. So there you go. Whoop, whoop. This way. Up here. How about if I unplug it? That might help. There you go. See the difference in those plants, Stony? Oh, thank you. I could hang out with you all day too, dude. We have a good time on your channel. We had a lot of fun on your channel. But look, guess which one I'm keeping, my man? I do believe the black cup is the winner. All three of those started on the same day. And last night was the first night that it was finally under 80 degrees in there. So, and yeah. Now I'm thinking, yeah, that one's growing all robust because it's another male, another male plant. So I'm still babying the other two. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, but you got space to do that. I don't. Oh my goodness. Oh, good. Yay. I just got a message from Rachel on the hurricane warning in the Milwaukee area. It passed. Everything's fine. God. Now hurricane tornado. Anyway. 3. Yeah. 3. I don't have room to grow 3. I have to pick one of those 3. This is one of Harley's seeds. This is chocolate hazelnut. You saw how big those plants were. I'm nervous. Largest plant that I have grown has been Shiroi. That was my favorite plant too. And I actually pulled it early because it hermed on me, but it didn't herm really bad. But that dude Pilgor told me to pull it, and I didn't know better. And so I pulled it. Now I know. Pick that flower off. If it didn't pollinate, just watch for seeds. And you might get 3 or 4 seeds. You're all right. Yeah. That's Shiroi. I was actually thinking the other day, this spring, I'm going to grow another one. I'm going to grow another Shiroi. It was fun to grow, fun to smoke, fun to make gummies out of. It was just a fun plant, and I didn't even get to let it finish off. So, God, what would it be like to finish? So, yeah, that dude. Yeah, that dude. That dude. I was listening to him because he was in Arizona, and you should listen to people who have similar climate to yours, right? He's in the mountains in Arizona. He grew up 40 miles south of me, though. But what advice he was given didn't work down here in the valley where it's hotter than hell. So, yeah, I take advice I'm given on what to do with a grain of salt. Harley has been the biggest help because Harley gets stuff growing in his barn and it gets really, really hot and humid in that barn. So I don't know what I would have done without Harley this summer. I was so disgusted this summer. I tried 6 different strains, each a different plant, and each stalled and died until I got that purple anaconda. Decided to stick with it. Yeah, because it was a male. I love you guys. Yeah, Harley rocks. He sure does. Sent me rocks too. I love you guys. You have a good day today. I'm going to go and find something to eat with my, oops, don't show what that is because it's not a sponsor. My drink, my sparkling, sugar-free with vitamins and antioxidants, pink grapefruit flavored drink. See, I don't drink sodas. I don't know if you guys knew that. That's why when the soda card came up, I went for the apple because I don't drink Coca-Cola and that kind of stuff. This is actually stretching it because it has aspartame or one of those in it. It's sugar-free, and I don't normally do those either. My kidneys don't like sugar-free stuff. Makes my kidneys hurt if I drink too many of them. Like Diet Pepsi, if I have more than one Diet Pepsi, I get kidney pain. So, hello. Lint. I love you. You guys, be good to one another. Be kind to one another. And be kind to those that are idiots to you. Because when you plant that seed of kindness, you freak them out. They first think that you're a snowflake, but they can't forget about you. And that's the whole point. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. And hopefully, you might see me tomorrow. It'll all depend. Now, if I get too upset and angry with the hearings, you won't see me because you won't want to. Yeah, I get hot under the collar. This is why I didn't read on politics for so long. I have a lot of skin in the game. I really do. It matters a lot to me. You can ask Harley about that. Harley and I have had out and out arguments over politics. So that's when you know somebody is really your friend, is when you can have an argument with them over something like that. And still, God. Can you tell election day is coming up? Early voting started today. So I'm getting texts like crazy. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow, or we'll see you next time we see you. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye now.